I'm Scott Allen Miller. It is the 6th of December 2022, and this is my vlog of daily life in Leon, Nicaragua. Today is Tuesday, and we started the day with everyone, not me, but everyone else packing up in the car and running off to Managua because we got the word that the vaccines that the girls need are available, and it's a very last minute thing. So we found out late last night that we were going to be able to go, although we did have a pretty good warning. We were pretty sure they were going to have to go, so it wasn't a big surprise. And so they went off to Managua at about 7 o'clock this morning because they have to be there before 9 in order to do everything. The big disappointment of the day is that Liesl was able to get hers, but they didn't have the right one for Luciana, and so she's going to have to come back, they think, on Friday, which is just going to make for a crazy week, because as it is, we're in a mad rush to have all this done before we travel to the United States so that everything is done so we're able to travel back. We have to travel through Costa Rica, coming and going, and so that's why they need to get this done now. It is the proper time to do it, but they've got to squeeze it in before we leave or it creates a big problem. So they've got to do it, and this week is crazy busy because, I've been saying this in every episode, we have the upcoming La Grita Festival that starts tomorrow and is on tomorrow and the 8th. So we have two really busy days with the hotel and the restaurant on the beach, and so we're going to be crazy tied up with that, and lots of businesses are closed. And then on Friday the 9th, they're going to have to run back with Luciana to Managua again. So wow, our week just keeps going from busy to busier, and we're exhausted. This is one of the things that we've kind of learned about living in Nicaragua, is that there's a lot of you need to be accommodating about how much things are going to be delayed, how much you're going to have to just run around at the last second. There's going to be a lot of orchestration for a lot of relatively basic stuff, and you just kind of got to get used to it and roll with the punches. This week is tough for us because we are traveling so soon, and we're trying to get all of our ducks in a row because today is the 6th. We are traveling on the 14th. We actually fly out on the 15th, but on the 14th we have to travel to Costa Rica, which I keep forgetting. I keep thinking the 15th, but we're actually traveling to Costa Rica on the 14th. We are traveling to Texas on the 15th. We are traveling to New York on the 16th. That's a lot of travel coming up really soon, and we got to be ready for all of that. That's going to be extra tough for me because I've got to get all of these videos ready and uploaded, and the GoPro is not coming with me when we head up north. We're only traveling with my iPhone is the only thing that's coming with me. The new GoPro is waiting for me in New York, but that means the 14th and the 15th. I have no way to do recordings with the GoPro. I only have the iPhone. I'm not taking any extra equipment, so it's gonna be really, really limited, and I don't have an editing machine at all at this point. Hopefully we orchestrate one and have one ready and waiting in New York, but we're not even thinking about that yet, but probably should be. We're getting down to the wire. So it is all just absolute mayhem trying to get all of our ducks in a row and everything figured out and everything ready. So after they did the stuff at the clinic this morning, they went to El Molino to get food that we tried to get when we were in the city for Liesl's birthday. So they were able to get breakfast there. They love El Molino. Molino is really fantastic. It's a cafe. If you go for breakfast, they have this wonderful brunchy kind of menu, but they stop serving at 11. So even though they have a brunch-like menu, you can't get it during brunch hours. And I'm not really sure why they stopped their breakfast menu and go to a lunch menu that's rather different than their breakfast menu. So a lot of people who want to be there for breakfast won't necessarily want to be there for lunch, which makes for a weird combination, especially given that they stop breakfast so early in the day. But they did that this morning. That was nice. They had to run around and do some errands. We had to pick up some luggage for some staff that is moving to Leon soon, and this was a chance to fill the car with their luggage, so they did that today. And then, of course, I'm in the office working all morning. I just have a regular busy day. This afternoon, when they returned from Managua, there was some work that had to be done on the beach because tomorrow is the big party, so there's a lot that has to be done there. But before they did that, Paul and Dominica ran around and went to several different internet providers because we have to have internet at the new house. I keep mentioning this, but here's the step of things. We have the new house, which is actually where I'm recording this, so we obviously made it in. But we have the new house, and it's been 5 days, and we haven't been able to go there other than getting the keys. We did a quick walkthrough just to make sure everything was okay, there wasn't anything that we needed, and we've been unable to even think about moving in because we don't have internet there. We can't move anything because we have to be able to work wherever we are. So we're just kind of waiting for internet to get ordered, so we have a install date so that we can order the movers so we can start the whole process. But all of this has to be done before we leave on the 14th. You can imagine how tight things are getting with all of this going on. So That is the current thing today. They went to Claro and found out that the symmetric internet that we've been using in the city isn't available out there. They went to Tigo and found out that it's the same, that's asymmetric, and neither of them goes as fast as what we are currently getting in Leon. And we're really hoping to get something as fast or faster, not slower. And we've been unable to get Teco, which is who we use at the beach, to respond to us for days. That's what we've been waiting on them. That's been creating a problem because we know they have the speeds. The fiber comes right by the house, and we're like, okay, that'll be great. We've worked with them. They've been fantastic, and they won't respond to us. So we've been unable to order that. They probably will respond, just they take a really long time, apparently. I'm not really clear why companies in Nicaragua are so not jumping on getting new customers, because that's how you make your money, but weird, no hustle. That is consistently a thing you will find. Is you'll be like, shouldn't people be really excited about doing business or just whatever? And I've had a lot of foreigners say one of the things that's lacking is hustle, and anyone who does have any hustle gets all the customers, and everyone else just kind of languishes. And no one notices that that's what's happening. But so they spent the day, did all that, and could not place a final order. At the end of the day, they had to go to the beach and get ready for the party for tomorrow. So Dominica said to me, if you need to get the internet ordered, go out and make it happen at Claro. So I worked all day, and at the last minute, I'm like, okay, I can make it. I didn't think I was going to be able to. So I grabbed everything and ran to Claro downtown and went in and tried to place the order. And I did have enough information. But when I was there, when Dominica and Paul were there, they quoted that they could get a 250 meg down and 30 meg up at a pretty good price at $56. And we were like, ooh, that's kind of slow, but I guess we can make it work. When I went, they said, oh no, that's not available where you are. You can only have 100 down and 20 up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is, at least the price was way cheaper. It was like $30. Like, it was so cheap. But for normal people, that would be a fantastic deal because it comes with TV and everything. But for us, only 20 up is crippling. 30 up was scary, but we've done it before. We really want 50 minimum, and we want 100. And so living with 30, we think we can make it. That's what I was going for. But then they only had this 100 by 20, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to be terrible. But then I wasn't able to order it because they're like, oh no, we have to have cash. Now, I'm like, you have to have cash for this? And it's not just cash. I had to have cash for the first month. I had to have cash for a deposit. And then when they do an install, you have to have $15. I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to come back in the morning. And they're like, yeah, if you come back in the morning, first thing, we can have it in by the afternoon, so it's not like a big deal. But it was not something I was able to complete. So I left Claro. I actually ran into Erica, who is the head cleaner at our hotel. As I came out of Claro, she was there on the square, and they're like, Scott. And I'm like, it's such a small city. It's so funny because it seems like such a big city, but you realize you know everybody everywhere. It's really weird. And then returned home for the evening. So this is our last night of not crazy, probably for the next week. So the plan is tomorrow morning, Dominica is going to run in. They're expecting her at Claro, and she's going to see what she can do and at least get the internet ordered so we can get that in and get things started. Because as soon as we can get that hooked up, we'll be good to go. That is pretty much our day. It is craziness, and we're just down to doing all these logistic things, trying to get everything ready so that we can head to the United States, because Paul's going to be left with the dogs. He's got to be into the house. Obviously he is. We're here with the dogs here in the new house, but it's going to be a week of adventure getting there. And so no particular topic for today other than just the craziness of attempting to get internet service and attempting to get into the new house. I'm walking away so you can see a little bit of it here. Hopefully the camera can adjust and show me here. I'm totally in darkness. Maybe if I get a little bit closer, it'll pick up that I'm what needs to be exposed. No, it doesn't think so. And so that's about it. Please remember to like and subscribe. Ask any questions below. Leave your comments. You want to know about internet service and stuff. Obviously, we'll be talking about it a little bit more in the next couple days. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. That comes directly to me and makes a huge difference. Share this on social media. Tell your friends about the show. And of course, I will see all of you tomorrow.